Everybody, welcome to the Wednesday Word. We're still talking about Joshua this week as we kind of dig into his story and its lessons for us today. Last couple weeks, we talked about God's providence, God's forgiveness, God's grace, and working even in the darkest points in our lives. God is still working with us, God is working through us, and God is walking alongside of us. So that kind of continues. That theme kind of continues in this lesson. Joshua chapter 9 is kind of where we'll be talking about today. So basically, this is right after the Israelites have steamrolled Jericho. They've been just rolling over the people of the Promised Land, and they're doing good. They're conquering what they're supposed to be conquered. So as they are going through this one group of people called the Gibeonites have this idea. So they've realized by now that the Israelites are powerful. They are like, okay, some states' response to that is to try to band together to take them on. Some states, like the Gibeonites, say, okay, you know what? Let's try a different approach. So basically what they do is they get together a group of their people, and they send them off to go talk to the Israelites to make a deal. Thing is, they give them all these old clothes and beat up stuff and old moldy rations and stuff like that, so that it looks like they've been on the road for a long time. So they send them out to go talk to the Israelites. And as the Gibeonites show up, they're talking to the Israelites and like, hey man, yeah, we're from like way far away, so we should like make a treaty and be cool, okay? And the Israelites are like, nah, I don't know, man, are you actually from way far away? And the Gibeonites are like, yeah, like we're totally from like not around here, guys. And the Israelites are like, oh, okay, deal. So they make a deal with them. And that's actually where we see the section we're going to read today, which is Joshua chapter 9, verses 14 and 15. So if you have a Bible and you want to open up there, we'll read that together. The Israelites, starting in verse 14, the Israelites sampled their provisions but did not inquire of the Lord. Then Joshua made a treaty of peace with them to let them live, and the leaders of the assembly ratified it by oath. So we see here that Joshua fails to ask the Lord about this idea. They just say, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. This is great. We're totally just going to trust you guys. So we see here on both sides there's failure. Last week we kind of talked about how sometimes life will just throw us curveballs. There's nothing we can do about it. Life just throws them at us. And when we have those situations, we can trust that God is still walking alongside us. In this story, it's more about self-produced issues. So in this situation, this brokenness that we see in this story is not a result of the things around the Israelites. This is a direct action of the Israelites and the Gibeonites. They're both flawed in this story. The Israelites don't trust in God. They don't ask God. They just kind of do something, and they don't really like inquire of him. The Gibeonites are using straight up deception to try to earn protection from the Israelites. So we see there's a lot of brokenness in the story on both sides. But God is still able to take that and bring it together to something great. Because immediately after this, the people around the Gibeonites try to attack them, try to destroy them. And Israel is able to step in to save them. And God works through that and brings a lot of success to the Gibeonites and to the Israelites through that. So we see through this that God is able to take through this brokenness, this deception, this lack of trust, this lack of asking for insight. He's able to take that, mold it together, and produce something amazing. So that's what we see with God in our own lives. So sometimes there's those moments in our lives where we can feel like we're in over our head, we don't know what we're doing, and it's sometimes self-produced mistakes that we've made. And when we have those situations, the first thing we have to do is humble ourselves and recognize that we've made a mistake. And then that gives us an opportunity to say, okay, God, what are we going to do here? How can you lead me out of this situation I've produced for myself? And that's what we can see here. In this brokenness, God is still working. So in the situations where you may feel in over your head, where you don't know what you're doing, you're just kind of feel lost or stuck, in those moments, trust that God can still work through you. God can still take the things that you're trying to do, the things that you are doing, and he will produce amazing things through that. So if it's a situation you just don't know quite what to say or how to handle it, God is still working through that, and God will take the things that you do say, and he'll do something with it. He'll take out of this brokenness, he'll make something beautiful. So that's the story of Joshua chapter 9, and this story of deception and brokenness on both sides, but God is able to mend it together to make something amazing. So that's the Wednesday word for this week, talking about Joshua chapter 9. We'll be back probably one more week talking about Joshua, and then we'll switch to something else. So we will see you all then. Thanks.